In my group, there was really interesting discussion and conversation, and it's the same in yours. I think we didn't hear from each person, and just to talk a little bit more about this on a subject I will give to you on that moment. So, and it's of course about the discussion we had before.
Hi there. Ai, какой ты красивый. Какой ты красивый.
We'll discuss this with
For the last 3 years, I really had to make a decision.
It's when you are on a trip like this, an excursion, and you have a group, there must be a start somewhere, so that you say, "Oh, welcome everybody, we're going to blah 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 blah." That's not a nice starting point. So then maybe it is a better idea to walk a little bit and then start at the moment that you are in a nice environment, which is also a nice starting. This is a nice playing spot over here. I don't see everything. Do you have?
No, I can make something like this to smoke.
I think it's a good paying.
Because it's a human-made thing and it goes back to a
And you
human
take
being.
it with you? Yeah.
No.
Okay, thank you. Well, for this moment, just leave it. We could take it later, so that we can see it all.
Walk through the forest, you get connected with the forest spirits. Yeah. And you can beat children with it.
Looking for children.
That's the practical use.
So here you go.
Thank you very much. You can lay it beside the other things, and maybe make it a bit nice arrangement that it's that we can see it all, and look around a little bit, and say if you can find something better.
Yes, in the meantime I lay down this yellow birch, my favorite color, and it comes from a tree which is not familiar to me, so I chose it.
bracken. Okay, because I like it. Also, it's lots of brackens here, so it's a very good representative of local flora. So it's you can remember that it's local, and you will remember your trip and this place.
But it doesn't.
Harmless.
Yeah.
It's a small.
No, me neither.
Maybe he was going down this road and then.
Дома. Ты пробовал гулять с котиками в горах? Я вообще не считаю. I think 2002.
So I told him. So. Well, and some can be nicer to do it on the road and easy. Oh. So that I can see all. Pictures. We can also play that we make nice pictures. So what we do is we do that in couples. One is the photographer and the other is the camera. So the camera keeps the eyes closed until the photographer clicks on the button. This is the button, and the eyes close again. Good. Okay. Do you think you would use it? Please come. I have to ask for whom it was not new. So short. Too short.
Too many people.
Too short.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So it was 5 minutes. So it can be longer. Yeah. Because you need some time to settle down. And this is for any age group, really. But not as a starting thing. You need a spot like this where you feel well.
Well, you and Sarah were in the middle of it.
That's major that it's mostly that could be seen from UK.
Coming from Portugal, but just quite high. Oh. Well, and they were in the middle of it. And I saw that also with these. Actually, I'm not sure we would bother.
So are you going to see the snow already fell? I can wait for you. Happy to be able to sit on a tree.
Got some white pebble stones.
From the scene.
Антон, подожди меня.
And 80, between 700 and 800.
Okay. So
730, let's say.
okay. We must
730.
and you walk backwards until this point
Okay.
reaches the ultimate top of the tree. Yeah? So, at that distance you start to meter roughly how tall the tree is.
So, like this?
On your arm horizontal.
Bye bye.
What do you guess the tree is?
I guess it's like 65 meters.
65 meters?
No, impossible.
That would be probably one of the highest beech trees in Europe.
Come on. I can say that's 20 and something.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22.
23 minus the part below your shoulder. So 1.5 meters, something like that.
Okay,
So go up there.
So,
Okay. What's the sign of the new story? Actually pale and blackish, but on the top of his head he's black. Well, in Dutch we call the black-headed tit.
How sweet.
Crocus-like flower. Ah, yeah.
Okay, our target group is the school children of 8 years old. We are gonna do the activity here in Borlova. Particularly, we identified yesterday that there were a lot of litter out there. So inside this big aim, we've got the aim of trying to change some behaviors around the litter.
And then we continue to do not so big events, but small. So work with special groups that, because after we started this big forum, we will understand, who will get our mind, who are interested, and started working with those people who are interested in.
Yeah, we start tomorrow. You start tomorrow. Okay, that's the time-based and realistic.
Smart, it's...
So first start with some presentation about the benefits of rewilding.
Okay.
So that will be inform people what we are doing in the area, because sometimes people feel excluded, they don't know what's going on there. So in this forum you will get everybody invited and we will tell them what we are going to do.
That's the part of education.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to change the law or to overcome other problems, but education is one of the things within a project most of the time. You can have a very good educational project for this, but if you don't have any money to buy the land, there's no point in having an education goal. My point. Yeah. Anything to add to this?
I think it's pretty complex.
They have knowledge of the system and the wildlife. Or not, they don't have knowledge of the area, but they don't have knowledge about the ecosystem, so the habitats there. Or languages or customer service.
Can you count the income the deer watching a little bit? Do you have
Ask me.
to count the economy, the economy, if you count the income?
It is actually...
In this case, deer, right?
They are regarded as a competition for herd.
You agree that the goal is how these people look like after they gain what they are missing? Do you want to transmit to those people?
Yeah. Transfer.
Transfer, yeah.
You have a new target group.
Yeah. So a goal is understanding of the ecosystems. That's our nutshell. Sometimes happens that it starts a lot of ecotourism around, but in a messy way. And that's not sustainable because people have tourists, let's say, they leave with a bad impression. They're like, oh, what did I learn about nature? Nothing. Oh, this guy just wanted to get me off the mountain as quickly as possible, and so on. So this is where the customer service and the ethics and this comes in.
But you need patience, and that is what makes it much more worthwhile, because it's not you see on every corner and every day, etc. But it's so it's difficult if it's really a warming up and a magnet.
And in that area, you will start and cross it in this way, and then at the end you're in a safe area. Here there will be two predators. First volunteer. You're a bear. I'm there. You're the lynx. Okay. Can I do this? Line up here. No, not yet. Where you have to go through. That is bear, lynx and bear.
Hey, kleine boerenspet. Well, it's just.
We move to the right. And I guess you want to volunteer.
I like it.
And Anton, Russian roulette of life. And then I'll change you also a bit. Can you accompany Mario?
And we give instructions.
No instructions. They have to walk by themselves.
So who's missing?
Oh, you're in the middle of a snare. But it also means, well, maybe that's what we did in Zambia, that the number of snares should go down.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there won't be hunters coming for making money. So there's all kind of grips where you can continue on. Migrating salmon in North America. So So they have all kind of traps and problems. We adapted this for a swamp antelope in Zambia, and now we use this for red deer. So, and there may be other dangers, and then you just think of another solution for.
Tree.
Oak tree.
What? Species? Oak is a family.
Yeah, species.
Shall I continue
Species.
with the trees?
What animal?
Species of oak.
In English I know only oak.
Latin, you can say.
You can use Latin. That's
At least once.
I have mine. I don't have mine. So it is your. That's mine.
I don't tell now, nothing.
I have mine. No, it is not mine.
I have mine.
Yeah, that was yours.
Yeah, because of the nature of the culture.
A Violeta perguntar.
And you have to go back to the time. I don't know.
The Dutch Dancing Beach Ensemble.
Needed. En ik denk dat... Oh, dit is Pedro. Pedro. Pedro? I thought you knew...
On the road, you can get on the next road.
No, I want you.
Jesus, you can find it anywhere. Not anywhere,
Train 843 at Praia, half hour, something like that, from here.
No, it's more.
I might betray my partner, so everybody says it's you. Why? Usually the second or the third.
This nice man.
No, the idea is more what is the implication.
So it's walking for an hour.
We may be here on the short term, medium term, long run, but what we need to do is prepare or invest in either the community that or the gatekeepers that keep these conservation projects going, or as we've been talking in the last few days about the next generation of people who will work to bring balance into our world.
We have the whole system set now, so at the moment these camps are still paid by the project. Next year the project will be over, but we'll have all the material ready. So in case of other schools wanting to also camp,
It's possible.
it's possible.
A fost avizat, dar nu știam că a intrat într-adevăr doamnă cu plată, să zic așa. A fost sfârșit de septembrie. Nu, vă mulțumesc mult, doamna Gabor. Eu am fost fer convins că a intrat la sfârșit de septembrie și atunci, eu așa mi-aduc aminte. Dar cel mai bine ar fi să întreb. Eu sunt plecat într-un training acum undeva pe lângă Caransebe. Problemă, nu e nici, vă mulțumesc din suflet că m-ați anunțat. Eu de asta stând și știam că a fost sfârșit de septembrie și de acolo am întrebat dacă Bun.
No, I think the Croatians are the most impatient.
No, they're behind us. So, ladies, mister, you can tell me if it's something wrong.
Unde te-ai hotărât să mergi?
Eu?
Cum să nu mergi?
Is one of the colleagues with Florin Hombre and Matei and that one the local rangers. So they are
All go in and they
that's the new side because it's yeah.
Guys? I forgot to
I wanted to press it, but I wanted to ask first.
He's impacting hearing.
Ah, okay.
We recently transported it from Bucharest because we made some improvements to it, and there's a little bit of a the transport shook the system inside. And there's a little bit of a. So because when the bison are going to the water, because they have insects around them, for example the bats are impacted because of more insects that they're bringing into. And in the shrubbery area, bison are making room through very thick shrubs, so then it's easier for smaller mammals like the marten or wild boars are fine themselves. Big enough. Yeah.
We come back in the visitor center.
Yeah, we can check that out. So are you calling the Biden stuff? They're preparing this show. The crash course requires long hours of night and maybe some It's like pointing in.
The idea would be bigger.
Yeah, would be bigger, of course. And wild boar is more spread apart.
Yeah. For us, on our location, it was good. It was better.
movement. Yeah, he's very good in spotting things.
Deasupra unde am făcut de noi.
What did he see? Something flying or?
I saw something moving, but
Mi s-a părut că mișcă, dar nu.
no, nothing.
Chiar unde spome ăștia galbeni și deasupra
Da.
de lângă tatăi în poiana aia. Ceva revabil. Mereu vreți. Nu? Dacă
That's one of the options that we have, a temporary camouflage, just to take it with it sometimes.
Group of village teams when getting off from the village in the car.
Yeah. Big group.
Yeah. So.
Oh, waterspril. Yeah, waterspril. Water.
I took what
We call it watermelon.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
But it's not.
But I know what you mean. It's around the streams.
Yeah, all
and,
the
underwater.
Yeah. Oh no, really?
We saw maybe 2 or 3 starling.
Yeah, Amsel is merel.
Merel. Merel. Tortoise merel. You know the black bird with the
Deeper.
white. It's a deeper. Yellow. We call it the same.
Yeah, but it's called blackbird in English.
One for 42 in 2000.
Times 15 and you will see matches almost 2,000.
And
but that's not what I want.
If you're close sometimes.
Oh, okay. I thought
So
this is
1 for 150 is doing 2,000 or 2,000 this time. Okay. So it's 2,000.
I don't think that I can show you when we go back to the coverage. One coverage, I can show you all.
Yeah, let's do that.
coffee with you.
Once again?
Did you take the coffee with you? The box with coffee is down there.
Where? Down. Sorry. I thought about something else. Oh,
Too much.
too much air. Oh, sorry, too low. But you have this here.
They like it, yeah?
They stay in the winter up to the mountains, or they go down?
It's risky.
Yes,
somehow.
I know exactly. So
And
it is
especially out in the wild. If you do it in a controlled way,
Yeah,
in
we know,
captivity is fine.
we know from Western Pomerania. It's exactly. It's a challenge.
We will have. I mean, we will have a visit from the bison project that is in Western Pomerania. They just call. We pay for the transportation, for the vet, and all the substances. And
So
sometimes
how many of them are from Poland?
Now none.
None. Okay.
Because.
I'm not so good in
that story. It's only what I heard about them. But then he's made this by himself, and they changed something to build even the colors for wolves. So he's really between them and Białowieże.
Yeah.
It was exactly about it.
Several days stayed at 2,200. 2,200 meters altitude. In some, as usually with introduction, not every individual is adaptable.
Yeah. But
and then tranquilized again to transport it here.
prints or skeleton or something. So it's quite, of course, different, but anyway, it's something. And we said it. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's like a game about it. But
build them up in the
yeah, but then if we don't have tourists every day, and you can't just leave the tent without someone to guard it, and because someone will steal everything.
We have our stuff is not
A avut un pic când s-a ridicat, da.
Așa, e ok.
What are you doing to cows? It's a good one.
There is a lot of wildlife coming back. That's a picture by Bruno D'Amicis. Probably you know Bruno, he's a very good photographer. Highlighted the area, but it's highlighted in different colors. And the darker one is the core area, which is the Abruzzo Lazio. And so they shrank, let's say, at the end of the 19th century, the beginning of the 20th century, mainly because of the hunting, but also because, let's say, this urbanization was sprawling around.
Which May said it's 70,000 square.
Yeah.
17 hectares. Doing it very well. Devastation of wildlife, and the area was completely. And after we managed to buy the concession with the Rewilding Europe, we started to implementing the wildlife watching facilities, which you can see on the picture.
And Velebit from the movie. So we're going to stop and pause when some scenes of Velebit come in. So we show you where it's filmed and what the characteristics of the area are.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
So here Nino is walking through a Croatian primeval forest.
It's so the conic horses, the Bosnian mountain horses, Sayages bulls, Maramanas. We have a Croatian autochtonic cattle called Boškarin, and we have also a Croatian autochtonic cattle called Podolac. Making Taurus project.
And most of the area is covered with fern when we started, and now due to natural grazing and stumbling over the fern is becoming less and less.
There, and close to Civil War they stopped and everything growed up. And now you can see we are with those animals, the pasture starts to be more open again, and it's you know, renewing.
And also in this area.
So let's say that puppet show or
a nature reserve where they were extracting a lot of wood, of timber from mangrove, and using the eggs of endangered species of turtles. So they were having a problem there on the use of natural resources, and the university started organizing an educational program.
It addressed directly the farmers or these people that you're trying to address, and well, it happened by chance, but I saw the effect. So I was in Etienne Rewilding Europe was invited to go to national TV on these very popular shows that.
I realized that at some point they consider bears like pets. They are proud of having this bear coming close to villages sometimes. But when they make many damages, they are very, very angry, of course. So there is not a point to make these behaviors in common. But sometimes they are very happy, sometimes they are very against the bear. So controversial behaviors, and it's hard to manage this kind of.
We are are friends, we are watching the bears, I can hear him saying something which actually doesn't fit what is officially, scientifically proved to be the bear management. He would feed the bear, for instance. It was complained that the national park didn't allow him to.
Okay, I'd like to end this conversation. I hope you have.
Yes. Eco Park Cartal. Here you can see the location in more detailed map. So between Danube and its floodplain, between huge freshwater.
Wait also. They arrived.
Yeah?
You're coming from this valley, because I told you with a car, it's on this valley, somewhere in back.
Yeah.
You must go from here.
Yeah. Okay, so
it means
if we go by car, then we see the...
It's no problem, it's no problem, no sign. Yeah, we have and with go. Yeah, we have the sign. About 500 meters to my house. After you get in, and you follow the road. And you come to this valley, you come somewhere here in the back of the tower.
Yeah.
All the time you see the tower.
Yeah.
You see the pass, you have another two pass, but both is like this. Stand of view, I want to manage it. It's a road, it's coming in the valley, it follows the valley.
The old Roman way.
Stand of view, you know how
I want to have the big bed, like the one that resembles Lynx the most.
I wanted to Sylvia's face when you give her the Dracula's bucket.
E portanto,
No. It was a nice walk, but this man kept talking and talking about species I never heard of, and he was in discussion with a few people who knew about is it this kind of dragonfly or that kind, and well, whilst they hardly knew what was a dragonfly. So that's a point I want to make to you. So we said it before, you have to connect to your target group, and maybe you have to stop sometimes and ask, well, what do you want to know? And that's something to keep in mind, that not everybody who joins your excursion.
The rutting season excursions. There was a group of 15 red deer being released in that area April this year, but we didn't know if they would act if it was rutting season. But it was planned. The first excursion would be half September up to half of October, not knowing what was going on. But all the excursions were booked full in 2-3 days, so there were for 4 weeks 12 on a row. But starting off, you take the group and everybody was informed, we don't know what will happen. Maybe you don't see an animal, you don't hear an animal, It will be an experiment for us all, including the guides, because we don't know how they will act and respond. We came back, and then on the way back there was people saying, well, unless we didn't experience the rutting season, still happy I was not hanging in front of the television. But there was also the other hand, and we heard about it the day after. People unscribed their donations for, well, we work together with Brabants Landschap, provincial nature organization, because there was nothing going on in the forest. They found they were cheated. So the whole spectrum from positive to negative was there. And even if you think you are well prepared and you share that you don't know what you can expect, there's still differences from the beginning until the end, what to expect.
I can be social for like a week and then I just go in my den and don't want to go out.
That is also the thing, the energy of the others. I get very... I feel really bad when I think, like... Sometimes when I get frustrated for these social things, it's like...
Does anybody want some water?
No, I'm fine. Romania Apennines.
Yes.
In Croatia.
In Croatia.
They try to make a city, so they copy it.
Teamwork, that's good. That's the best team building.
Simple way. Studying there, and it was shorter for things.
Come on.
You can have the bonsai one.
Yeah, everybody was telling me that.
They do very well with bonsai.
We start here. With your car? Whose car?
Pedro, Sarah.
Thank you.
Where is
Sarah is coming, she's there. Okay, you are sleeping. but not are the werewolves. Prepare. Hunt. Hunt and go away. And the witch has come. And the witch waves around her broom. And the witch goes away, yes. And then still comes the oracle. Oracle, it's gone. Sorry. There used to be an oracle, but you wasted it. So you have long nights of sleep. No, that marries tonight. He could go out hunting tonight, but he boozed again. Cadaver lays in the streets of Borlova. Sunday is dead and Sunday is... It's a good pack.
It's a clever play by the werewolf.
Because of the werewolf. You.
Stop thinking of that.
I know why I survived, because the werewolves know that I will be the next victim hung by the citizens.
You're what? 6.
7.
About Nera, but I don't know.
Yeah, the only suspicion is because of the previous game. She's still here, she's constantly comments silent.
And the other was first dead.
No, I also suspect Nelly.
Half is werewolf. And we have no witch left, no oracle,
no witch, no...
So the choice we make now...
And the dead mayor.
The choice we make now...
They're not very useful either.
Mas eles também não se incomodam de passar 2 anos sem saber de mim. Não é que eu não gosto deles, não é que eu gosto. Mas deixando a ver naquele espaço, interesses, cultura.